Here's one of the biggest differences between these miners. Not only is it in, hash rate, power consumption, but also in dollar per terahash. This is actually really important for some people. So for 600 bucks, we're spending $60 per terahash for the Octaxe. But on the S19K Pro, for 600 bucks, we're actually spending $5 per terahash, simply because we're getting, 10, 11, 12 times more hash rate than the Octaxe. So in terms of dollar per hash, the S19K Pro is much better. But then you're gonna say, Red Panda, wait a second, sure, the S19K Pro can mine a lot more Bitcoin, but you're gonna be spending a lot more in power. And yes, exactly. So that's one of the comparisons. I'd say for anyone that has, cheaper power, maybe 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents, they're probably going to be looking at these types of miners because they have much cheaper electricity. Also, other factors considering, you got to have, the power infrastructure run, okay? You got to have PDUs, you got to have, these types of outlets, 240 volt. Majority of home miners probably will not be getting into these types of miners because they're, one, also too loud. Okay, the power requirement is much more. You're also going to need to figure out, extracting the heat, because this thing is producing a lot of heat. Okay, so just like one of my setups here in my basement, in my garage here, I have an exhaust fan, I got a lot of big miners, I have my power infrastructure here. I'm set up for it. I made this setup so that I could mine with bigger boy ASIC miners so that I can generate an income. I run this all like a business. So all those factors aside, right? Not very many people can run these types of miners like this at home.